Today I'm reviewing the Onkyo TX-RZ70 11.2-Channel AV receiver with 140 watts per channel, Dirac live calibration out of the box, Sonos certification, and THX support. If at any point you want to check current pricing or availability, it's linked below. I've been using this receiver in a living room home theater setup with discrete speakers and a subwoofer for movies, TV shows, gaming, and music playback over the past few weeks. This review reflects how it performs in real, everyday use rather than just its specification list. Let's set expectations early. This is not a simple plug-and-play soundbar. It's not a stereo-only integrated amp. And it's not a basic AVR with minimal features. What it is a full-featured AV receiver designed to handle multi-channel immersive audio formats with headroom, calibration, and flexibility for expandability in a home theater system. Right away, one of the most noticeable practical features is Dirac live room calibration. Running the calibration with a basic measurement mic noticeably smooths room irregularities. Dialogue becomes clearer, bass response feels more even, and the soundstage feels balanced across the couch rather than just in one seat. You hear results quickly in everyday content, and it makes the system feel less left/right and more integrated with the room. The 140 watts per channel spec isn't just a number in real use. Paired with moderately efficient tower or bookshelf speakers and a good subwoofer, there's enough power to handle dynamic movie peaks and music without obvious strain. It's not about blasting at party levels, it's about controlled, consistent output that keeps dialogue, sound effects, and music clear. Immersive surround formats like Dolby Atmos and DTS:X are practical here. Height channels produce believable overhead cues that add depth to soundtracks in films and shows. It's not an exaggerated effect, but you do sense vertical placement that adds nuance to immersive mixes. Connectivity here covers modern needs. Multiple HDMI 2.1 inputs handle 8K/60 and 4K/120 signals from gaming consoles and media sources reliably, and eARC ensures that high-bandwidth audio from the TV routes back cleanly. There's Bluetooth and network streaming too, which gives flexibility if you want music without additional streamers. Thermal and noise behavior is measured. There's a small internal fan that runs under load, but in everyday listening it stays unobtrusive. You hear the content, not the electronics. Build quality feels solid and purposeful. Inputs and menus are laid out logically once you're familiar with AV receivers. It's not flashy, but it's dependable. Now let's be honest about limitations. If your priority is the absolute highest power for very inefficient speakers or very large rooms, a dedicated power amplifier will still outpace internal amplification. 140 watts per channel is plenty for most living room setups but isn't monster territory for extremely demanding loads. While Dirac live calibration makes a real difference, it isn't a substitute for thoughtful speaker placement and basic room treatment. You still benefit from arranging speakers well and controlling strong acoustic reflections. It isn't a one-box solution for a TV-only setup like a high-end soundbar. You still need discrete speakers and some basic setup work. That's not a criticism, it's the nature of separates, but it's worth acknowledging for everyday buyers. Compared to simpler AV receivers, this unit's step up in features, Dirac Live, expanded channel support, Sonos certification, extensive HDMI bandwidth, feels tangible in day-to-day performance. You hear clearer, more balanced sound across sources. Where this makes the most sense is for buyers who want native support for immersive audio formats, plan to build a multi-channel home theater, value room calibration to improve real-world sound, want modern HDMI features for gaming and streaming if your priority is ultra-compact simplicity or a dedicated soundbar experience without separate speakers. This isn't that category, but it does deliver more flexibility and performance for a true home theater setup. Overall, the Onkyo TX-RZ70 feels engineered for steady, dependable performance rather than flashy claims. It handles modern formats, calibration, and power delivery in a way that feels practical and real in everyday movies, shows, and music. Check current pricing below and evaluate it against your needs.